guys, welcome back to another episode of Crowd Built Garage. Today I'm not going to be working on Mayo again. He's been kind of on the back burner a little bit. Had to take a little bit of time off of doing this. Had some pretty bad news come my way. A friend of mine decided that life was too tough, which sucks. So Amos, wherever you're at, this one's for you, buddy. And then had a death in the family also, probably within 2 weeks of each other. So anyway, trying to get back to it, trying to get back to the swing of things. But in the meantime, I had cleaned out this side of my shop because I would rather have the lights better over here. All my tools are over here, so I'm not having to go from one side to the other. It's just easier. Anyway, this side of the shop is going to be kind of where I'm going to do things from here on. And until I get an actual big lift, then it'll be the other side, if we get that far. But during the process of all this stuff happening, I had sold some parts off of Mayo that I didn't need anymore. Helped somebody out, you know. The wheels and tires came off of it. The transmission and transfer case went to somebody. So just kind of cleaning out stuff that's in my way. However, now it's stuck on the other side and I need to get it over here. So what I'm going to do, I bought some wheel dollies for it, but with no wheels you can't really do that. So what I'm going to end up doing instead is actually using the same kind of idea, making my own wheel dollies that I can actually mount jack stands onto and roll it around that way. So I've already made one, and I'll show you guys the whole process that I'm doing it. But that's kind of going to be what today's video is, just kind of making those and showing you how they work. It's a pretty simple idea. However, like I said, the ones that I bought originally to do this, they don't work if you don't have wheels on it. So this way, I can have it up on my jack stands. I can move from one side to the other. I can spin it around, get it out of my way to get my car back in. And as you can see, if you watched any of the last videos, there used to be a gold truck sitting here. Well, that's done now. So at the end of this video, I'll kind of take you through a walkthrough of that. I took it to Cars and Coffee a few times, and people really liked it. It turned out pretty good. I mean, the cab eventually is going to need to be replaced, so this is more of a just to get it by situation. But it got a lot of good reviews at the last Cars and Coffee. So either way, this is what I'm doing today. I'm going to show you my layout of how I'm going to build this and what I'm using, kind of how much it cost me overall. I think the other wheel dollies cost me right at about 200 bucks. They were that Vibor brand that they seem to make everything, which ironically the wheels for this are also the same. Now these wheels, I believe, with all four dollies together, and 4 wheels per dolly, it costs, well, I don't remember. I think it was 120 bucks for the wheels, and then another 65 for the angle iron that I'm using. But let's see, all of it together should roughly hold around 7,000 pounds. So pretty much anything I own will fit on it. And the nice thing is when you remove the jack stand, you can actually just set a tire down in it, because I'm building them a little bit wider. I measured all my tires. My widest tire is on my Corvette, actually. It's right at 12 inches wide. My big Dodge is I think they're 11 and a half, but I mean obviously they're 1350, but when it's all said and done, they're 11 and a half wide. So I can even put my Dodge on this thing. It's going to be kind of maxing it out, but it'll fit. And actually I can even put my travel trailer on it if I wanted to, but I don't. But either way, let me take you around and kind of show you what I'm going to be using. Now, I don't have a regular MIG welder, but what I do have is this little flux core guy. And it does the job. I mean, I like using it for doing kind of like frame stuff and welding anything to a frame or frame type metal. It just seems to be able to get like really quick, deep penetration, get real hot. It is a little dirtier, but with these things, I mean, this is just the tool. I'm not building anything for show out of this, so I'm not even brushing the slag off before I throw some paint on them. I'm just kind of spraying them down with some brake cleaner and shoot them with a little bit of paint. But so what I did was I got a 20-foot stick of 3/16 angle and 2 inches by 2 inches, and so this is it right here. So what I did, you can see these measurements here. That's every foot, and I'm going to cut that in about halfway. These ones are every 2 inches. I'm going to cut those into 4 little blocks. And then on the other side, those triangles there I'm going to cut out, and I'm going to save those because I'm using those somewhere else in the project. And you see this one right here, I don't necessarily have to have I could just cut it like this, but I need another triangle. Whereas this one over here is too small of a triangle. So once I get all this cut, being 12 inches by 12 inches on the outside, the jack stand right here sits right in there. It's got a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm going to try to figure out a different way to secure it down, whether it be, I mean, just kind of some kind of a strap or something. I mean, it's not, with the triangles where I put them, it's not going to fall, but I don't really like them to move when they're on there. And then, you know, my wheels, like I said, it's still a Vevor brand, or however you want to say it. They seem to work pretty good. These ones are a little heavier duty than the ones I originally picked, but that was so I could put anything on it. And just a couple of little tools for measuring and, you know, banging things around. Earplugs, obviously, which I don't typically wear, but this shop kind of echoes and I don't really care for it. So either way, when it's all said and done, basically it's going to look like this. So the jack stand will just sit right on top of it, and I can have four in each, you know, one in each corner, and I should be able to roll it out of that shop right into this shop, set her in sideways if I want to, and bring my Corvette in. Probably won't have to use the lift underneath it since it's going to be higher up since it's on jack stands, but we're just going to kind of play that part by ear when we go to set that motor back in, because I really got to get back on this, get this thing done. Kind of tired of looking at it and kind of want to move on to something more fun. So I still gotta do the engine in my son's truck, but he's 2 years from driving, so it's not pressing. But anyway, let me get it set up. We're gonna get this stuff cut out and kind of show you how the reason that I only cut part way in, because I'm trying to bend it into a square. Now that one over there, it actually broke into multiple pieces. I didn't cut deep enough, which is fine. I just welded it in. And you'll kind of see it as I go along. I'll explain a little bit, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just one of those things that they don't really sell. I've never seen them. I saw them on TV. Somebody built one a long time ago, and I was like, that's a damn good idea. And now that I don't have wheels on Mayo, I kind of need them. So anyway, let's get this thing started. And most of the stuff's probably going to be in fast forward. But yeah, I mean, if you have any questions or if you've built something like this too, you know, I'd like to see your design, put it in the comments, you know, let me see what you built. Kind of doing things on your own without having to, making something that you can't find regularly is always something that I like to do. I do it a lot at work, and so I'm kind of doing it in my house. Just kind of wish I had a better welder. This little flux core welder, it's slow, it's dirty. This thing, it looked like a hot box in my shop. When I opened the door, it just rolled out. So kind of got some fans going. Get a little light-headed, you know, when you do this. So almost don't need to go to the shop fridge. So anyway, let's get this thing rolling. Okay, here's what you should have. Your cutout should look like this. So you got 4 pieces in a row, like one of those little paper snowflake people things. Anyway, these are going to be your corners, and then these are going to be your inner corners. So save all of this stuff. And off of a 5-foot chunk, this should be all you have left over. And I'll find something to do with that, but not right now. Anyway, let's first thing we're going to do is we're going to bend this around, make it into a square. If it breaks, we'll just tack it and make sure it's square. These will get welded on the outside corners. These will get welded on the inside corners, just for more room for the wheels to mate to. So obviously I'm going to weld these, finish out these welds, and then these are going to get placed in the corner. So we got to keep this weld pretty flat unless I want to do a lot of grinding, and I don't. So the way that I do these is I actually have them kind of sit down about 1/8 of an inch or so I can weld this top instead of the two tops together. Show you kind of what it looks like when that part's done. Anyway, so that's kind of what it looks like when I fill the gap inside. And I put this guy on the outside, kind of give it some more bracing and kind of like a bumper so that, and once that's welded, it's kind of double welded. This all gets welded in. It's all pretty stout. So go through and finish putting these on. Package these bad boys. So these are the wheels I'm using. So they're just a V-bore, they're a swivel, and I thought I ordered one that each set was it was 2 with brakes and 2 without, but I've opened all 4 of these boxes now, and every single one of them has 4 with brakes. So that's kind of nice because you can put them on however you want. And like I said, with the flux core, it really doesn't matter if you take this paint off or not, because the weld's going to look the same. Short burst would be shitty, but the flux in the middle seems to make all that paint go away pretty good. I mean, you could clean them up if you want to. If you're definitely using gas, I would use it. I would clean all that stuff off. But yeah, with this little guy, I don't seem to need to. So I'm just not gonna. So anyway, we'll get these things stuck on here. Just got the worst case of deja vu. Not because I already did this once today, but not a fan. One thing I wouldn't buy is their zip ties. I just pulled this one backwards and just came undone. I don't know if they're their zip ties or what, but I mean, look at that. What are you tying? And these I found these on Amazon, and I mean, you can search them up yourself. I mean, they're not paying me to use them, so use whatever brand you want. These ones were just in the budget that I wanted to spend, and they held the weight, or they say they hold the weight. So, and you can, oh hell, that one's gone forever. You can use nuts and bolts if you want to. I'm not going to, because I probably won't need them that long anyway, and I mean, they look like they're pretty stout, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Just put those in the bolt bin. But why? Why are they giving you these little shitty gloves? Look how small that is. I wonder. Oh boy. I mean, they're like Mickey Mouse gloves, you know? Look how shitty they are. That's the finished product right there. All 4 wheels, yada yada yada. You can still set a tire down in there and use it like a regular one, like my other set. And then this is it after paint. It's kind of what it looks like with the jack stand in it. So you get all 4 of those, get it up under the frame, get your frame up off the ground. As I'm going to be pulling the axles and all that jazz off of Mayo, it's going to be kind of nice to be able to wheel it around. It would be very stuck without it. So anyway, that's the gist of it. That was kind of just a tool I decided I was going to make. And once I get Mayo up on these and over here, I'll post a little video of that. But hopefully these little tools like this, something you can just kind of build in a short amount of time. If you got a little bit of know-how and, you know, an idea and a dream and some metal, you can do it. It's super simple. It doesn't take a lot of time. I had to stop partway through because my welder quit. But, you know, you get just kind of a basic idea. And you can adapt it however you want. The way I built it, it just gives more room for with the triangles inside, it just gives more room in case this decides it's going to shift in here. It can't fall. See, it can shift side to side, but it can't fall through. So that was my main thing, and it gave me a little bit more to weld the wheels to. And I just hit it with whatever fizz can I had up on the thing. Happened to have a full orange one, which kind of works out. But yeah, that one's going to get the same treatment. And you can tighten up those cuts if you wanted to, and weld that seam. You could cut them all separate and weld them all together, kind of like how this one fell apart and I had to do it anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of do it however you want to. It's super simple. Doesn't take a lot of time. But just kind of a good little tool, something to put in your arsenal. So, like I said, I was going to show you guys the gold truck now that it's all said and done. So, here we go. Ready? Bam! There she is. So it's a 5-inch rear, 3-inch in the front static drop. Those are K5 4-wheel drive Steelies with beauty rings. Just want to go a little bit wider, and got those from a buddy of mine. Fixed some of the stuff. There was some cancer starting in the bottom, some cancer starting in the corner of the cab. Stopped all that. I had to take the tips off because they were all rusty, mud flaps and all that. Roll pan the rear, new stickers. Just didn't like the big toe bumper that was on there. Obviously this side's the same. Repainted the top of the cab because it had some pinholes in it, so I fixed all that. Put it all back together. And on the interior, I get this out of the way. I cleaned all the carpet so I could use the original. I got a bench seat for it instead of the Cadillac seat that was in it. Put new speakers in the doors. I repainted the door cards. Put the original steering wheel back on it. And then I put a Bluetooth modulator in instead of a stereo because I didn't want to cut the dash and I couldn't find one that I liked. And that one that they wanted for the Bluetooth was ridiculously priced. So that just hooks directly to my phone and I control it from my watch. Bought that blanket when we were on a trip. Just figure something to throw in it to make it look a little different. Anyway, the truck belonged to the wife's grandpa, and his middle name was Gilbert, so we put that right there just for funsies. But it's a good little going to town truck. You know, nothing wrong with it. I gotta finish getting the carburetor dialed in because I think the distributor's actually, damn it, probably my problem. Put new door seals in it too. I think the distributor's probably my problem because I think it's slightly loose. But anyway, that's that. So it's turned out pretty nice. Obviously, you guys seen the short of it. Well, 1,400 people saw the short of it anyway. I didn't do the top of the doors with the white for that year because I wasn't really going to leave it white in the end. It was going to go back to that same gold, but I couldn't match it right now, and that cab's probably going to go away, with those doors are in pretty decent shape, so I didn't want to mess with those. Anyway, yeah, you guys probably saw the short of it, so that's now you kind of got a quick little walkthrough. So anyway, building tools and switching sides, so we'll be more on this side now, which is just kind of like a single car. Well, it's pretty much double, but it's 40 feet deep, so all my tools are in here already. Just kind of make it nicer. It is smoky as shit in here though, from all that flux core crap. Um, maybe less glare, better lighting. So, plus it's been cold out, so got my pellet stove in the corner, and I think all in all it's going to be nicer. Probably the acoustics are probably a little bit better. Probably, hopefully less echoing. But yeah, so we'll try this out and see if it works any better. And like I said, if you guys build stuff like this, let me see it. I want to see. I like the ideas. I like people's creativity on what they do with it. I've seen people take jack stands and make it to where they could put their floor jack in the middle and jack up the jack stand, which is kind of cool. Um, but yeah, I like these ideas and things that people are doing. So, or if you have, you know, if you think I'm gonna die underneath that thing, probably let me know on that one too. So it's pretty important. Anyway, I'm gonna build these other two and get mayo up on them and over here. And when it's all said and done, I'll probably make a short of it just so you guys can kind of quick rundown of what it looks like. And anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. Hopefully this idea of a tool anyway, is helpful for you guys. It's gonna be helpful for me. I'll be able to move this around. Plus, I'll add that other set to move the other thing around, or other vehicles around. It's gonna be kind of nice because I can slide the mayo in here sideways and have more room back there for my Corvette or the gold truck to come in. Um, but I can also, with the brakes on it, I can also roll it out of here and clean out underneath it and bring it back. And the bigger wheels are going to help, I think. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have, appreciate it. And if you guys got any suggestions of stuff you want to see, maybe it's some kind of a tool you want to make, or an idea that you had, I mean, I'm more than willing to give it a shot. So anyway, let me know. Like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.